definitely not central, but it's fine. Okay guys, welcome back to my channel. I feel like it's been forever since I've vlogged, just because obviously last week I had Aaron's video go out, which was of Jess's photo shoot, which I can't even remember how many weeks out that was at, but yeah, it's been a good like couple weeks since I've actually vlogged anything. There has been a lot that has happened since the last time I caught up with you and now, mainly the fact that I'm probably like a good like 3 kilos lighter, I swear. I actually hit a new low this morning of 54.7, so it's moving for sure. Since then, I've also had a photo shoot in Liverpool, and oh, what else? And I've had a food drop in the past few days, hence why now my weight is really moving forward a good bit. So yeah, it's pretty rapid now, as you can probably tell, like, you know, in my face and in my upper body as well. The lower body's taking a little bit longer to come in, but that is usually the case for us women anyways. And the main thing over the next, well, Cuba reckons I'm going to be ready with 7 to 10 days spare to start peaking and start filling out again. So it is going to be a solid 2.5 weeks of digging now up until that point, because we are currently 3.5 weeks out, just under 3.5 weeks out technically. So we've got time just to really pull that lower body in, because my upper body is practically there, a little bit to come off my lower back, but literally just to bring in my legs and bring those glutes, bring those hamstrings in a little bit more. It's definitely moving. Like, I took pictures, or we took pictures at the gym yesterday where I had an in-person check, and I also had an in-person check-in this morning, and you know, it's definitely by far the best my glutes and hamstrings have looked. And I know as well that for me, I am very, very flat, and we've really kind of pushed things forward with the pull to food recently. I reckon that I did actually work my calories out in the end. I was just like, fuck it, you know what, I'm just going to do it. Leg days are still just under 2,000 calories, but on average, across days, it is a good 500 calorie pull. So I know that that is going to do some damage, because it wasn't like my rate of loss was slow as it was, but things did start to obviously like slow down a little bit. And yeah, we were just like, right, time to dig, time to really kind of push things forward, because, you know, when you do have a set time limit, I know that, and Cuba knows that I want to bring my best, and for me it is just about bringing that condition in at this point. So we've adjusted the food, so 500 calorie pull on average is a lot. And then I've also had no changes to cardio. However, I have had my steps increased by 2k, so an extra 1,000 steps I do fast in the morning, and then obviously the last 1,000 I spread throughout the day. I am still making sure that all my steps are done like nice and early, so that in the evenings I can just switch off, wind down, and just chill out, because I think that it makes a big difference. Something to note, over the past couple of weeks, my sleep has definitely started to take a nosedive, which is not ideal. Like, this is what I struggled with the most, I feel, last prep. So it's either like, you know, 2 to 3 hours of disrupted sleep, or I'm getting up like super early, like 3, and not being able to get back to sleep. We usually get up at 5:15 in the morning, so then I'm up for like a couple of hours. Obviously I'm just not going to get back to sleep. So obviously we've got some supplementation in place just to, you know, help me along with that a little bit. SD card just ran out of memory there, but I will try to continue where I left off. I'm actually just trying to think where I left you last in the last video, which was actually my refeed, wasn't it? So yes, so I had a few days diet break. I think it was like, you know, 5 days maybe, before we then started to push on again. It definitely did the job, filled me out a little bit, got me really fresh. I felt great the next few days after, which was, you know, we got exactly what we needed out of it. And to be fair, like, it didn't really slow down my rate of loss, like, as I dropped a lot once we did go back to baseline. So it really just goes to show that as much as it's hard to take the steps back and you feel like you're not progressing in the right direction when you eat more food and doing less, it does pay off in dividends, like when you are on the flip side of that and you just are able to have a much fresher and more responsive body, where you're going to be more likely to retain muscle as well, especially as you really start to dig. So that definitely did the job. And since then, obviously, I've been pretty hungry, and I won't lie, like, at the moment, you would, at 3.5 weeks out, I'm going to feel how you would expect me to feel. Like, I feel, you know, that energy is pretty low, and performance is not really there, but the main thing is the quality over quantity, just really trying to keep my lifts in the gym and my effort at a really high standard. And I think at this point, you know, I'm still, you know, still enjoying my sessions. It's just not quite the same as when you've got a lot of food, where you are feeling a little bit weaker and just like less stable and just a bit more fragile basically, but part of the process. And we literally have, yeah, like 24, 23 days until show day, so that's not a lot of sessions to fit in. So the main thing is that we make the most of every single one of those. I felt, yeah, like I said, pretty good after my refeed and going back onto baseline. I think that what kind of put me back in the coffin a little bit was when I went for my photo shoot, and I will actually input some clips here from the photo shoot because I think Mark got a few clips, and he also got a few clips from in-person check-in as well that I had maybe a few days ago. So this is a little bit out of date, but I will still insert those anyways. But I think it was last week maybe. But the photo shoot was, yeah, it was pretty rough. Like, it was great. I've chosen my pictures, they look fucking amazing, and sometimes I look at myself like, how is that even me? Which is crazy, because back when I started training, I would never ever have thought that I would look like that, or that I was capable of looking that, or I was capable of having the discipline, or I'd have the confidence to do that. But it was kind of a milestone for me in a way when I did look at the pictures and I was like, fucking hell, like, give myself a bit of a pat on the back there. But getting there was an absolute fucking shambles. Like, we got stuck in like 2 hours of traffic, like a journey that was supposed to take like 2 hours, like took, you know, an extra like almost 5 hours. And when you're on prep and these things take a lot out of you. And then I did 25,000 steps that day as well, just walking around on the beach, because it was great, you know, the pictures are so worth it. But yeah, it took a lot out of us that day, and obviously we didn't get back till late, and then that affects us the next couple of days as well, because stress was high and recovery levels just aren't great. So yeah, like, remind me to never leave the house again at anything under like 7 weeks out. But lesson learned. At least it's done now. I have those pictures forever. I'm just waiting for the edits to come back. But still, a phenomenal opportunity and a really good day. Just felt it. Really, really felt it. And we were not happy bunnies when we got back. And the next day, we were just absolutely fucked. So not great, but it's done. It's out the way, and I'm glad for that. So yeah, I think that's practically all the updates for the moment. And I will insert the clips from the past couple of weeks. And remember, it's a little bit out of date, the physique update, but I'll insert it anyway, nonetheless.
Go again, but same pose as longer. But relax. Hips back, 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 back. Yeah. This is still yet to come out. Yeah. Like this. So imagine this, but like without this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you need to get it cranked in. Boom.
We just had a little bit of a delivery. We've just picked up some Digest Max, which we haven't actually used before, but you know what prep's like? Your digestion does tend to get a little bit slow, which we do not want to be the case, especially when you have just less food volume going in. That's only normal, but we are going to trial this for, you know, until the tub runs out, and we'll see if it makes a difference, and of course, like, update on that as well. Mark actually has a high day today. He's on a diet break at the moment, and he's got muffins as well, which I will show you. So these are not mine, but I'm here for the smells. I'm sure he'll enjoy those, or probably not really, because I know that he would prefer to be pushing forward. Okay, so that's 12 grams. Make sure there's none stuck in the bottle. Right, let's give it a go. You know what? It's not bad, but I don't know if that's just me saying that because anything tastes nice on prep, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good with vanilla. So yeah, we'll see how we get on with this. So rest day, meal 4 about to go down, and this has definitely changed a little bit from the last time you saw it, which is very sad. However, also a good thing because we are pushing on. So I'm going to show you that in a second. I also put some shorts on because I got really hot, and these are just so big for me now. I've literally had to roll them up, and they're still really loose, but as long as I don't fall down on camera, that would not be the one. Guys, so the day has finally come. We have lost the sourdough avocado salmon meal. Obviously my heart breaks a little bit, but like I said, also very excited to push on because it's time to get fucking lean. So the new meal actually is 200 grams of egg whites, 2 whole eggs, and then the greens as per usual. But yeah, like that's a lot of calories pulled from this meal, which I will see on the other side. So I'm going to enjoy this now because I'm absolutely starving and a little bit dead, to be honest. But gotta do what you gotta do. Good morning, guys. It is now the following day. I didn't actually record anything else yesterday, mainly because I was absolutely fucked. Oh my god, it got to like the afternoon and I'd done all my steps, which was great, and all my meals except for my last meal on a rest day now, as you would have seen, obviously are carb free, so aside from like veg and fruit. So I was literally on my ass, like on the sofa, sprawled out, like but it means that it's working. I definitely feel better after a good night's sleep, I'll tell you that. But Jesus, yeah, like I reckon that yesterday was probably the hardest day so far in prep, and I know that there will be plenty more of those to come yet. So yeah, it's leg day today. I have done a good bit of my steps so far, so I'm gonna do a walk in a second before my pre-workout meal. I have actually dropped again today, which I did think would be the case because I felt so shit yesterday. So I'm 54.5 today, so it's 0.2 drop overnight, which yeah brings it up to like a kilo total for the past 3 days. So from 55.5 to 54.5 over the past 3 days. So you know, it's moving. I definitely feel flat. And I just hope that my energy, or the energy that I have, lasts through my session before I kind of obviously get back. But yeah, fingers crossed, and fingers crossed that I can actually get a decent night's sleep as well. But one thing I wanted to show you was I actually got a few bits from Compact, because mainly I bought a new pair of heels back when I did the Arnolds, but they didn't arrive in time, so I didn't get to wear them. And I bought the Majesties, and I wore them the other day for a posing seminar that kind of Meg and Kuba ran. And I wore them and I was just like, I just don't feel comfortable in these. Like for me, I really do feel like the cocktail 508s are the easiest shoes to walk in, and I just don't want to risk changing it now when I know that I don't feel as like comfortable in them. So I actually picked up a new pair of those because my other pair, I just don't trust the strap not to break. So one, they were dirty and the strap was literally like falling apart. So I have actually picked up a new pair and I'll show you those. And I also got a couple of other bits as well. So I got the Cocoa Brown body scrub, so the Tough Stuff body scrub. So as we all know, skin prep is really important for getting your tan to sit well. So I've actually already started my skin prep, so I'm literally doing exfoliation like twice a week. I'll probably pick this, well, I'll probably add this in maybe in like a week's time. This is so like nostalgic from my last prep because I actually used it then. And also I will have to scrub off my tan as well between shows. Not that I've announced any of my other shows yet, but I will have to be scrubbing off my tan. And as for the rest of it, so I picked up a couple of these small little silver bracelets. So I think that what I might do is wear like a bigger one because I have a couple of the 4 rows. Yeah, I wore the 4 rows on both arms, both wrists last time, so I think I might do 4-row on one and then the 2 little ones on the other. And I also got some new actually let me just, so I also got some new earrings. I don't actually have my ears pierced, believe it or not. I feel like I missed the hype when everyone was getting their ears pierced in like junior school, and I just never could be asked. I just never got around to it. So I got some new earrings. I got like little clip-on ones. I like the more dainty earrings just because I tend to have like a little bit more of a dainty physique. So I'm not going to get any like big fuck off earrings. Like that's just not, it's not going to suit me. So I think that those will be perfect. And you know, I do have earrings from last time as well, which are a little bit different, but I just thought, you know, let's change it up a little bit. And then I do have in here my new pair of heels as well. So again, I literally just picked up the Cocktail 508s. I quite like just the clear bottom. I like the accessory stuff, the accessories like heels, and I won't like, I did like my Majesties because they were all diamante, but I just thought I'd go clear. I just quite like the simplicity. I like the focus to be on the bikini and on your physique. So I quite like the rest of the jewelry just to be a little bit like less obvious, I suppose. So I've just picked up another pair of heels. I'll probably actually bring these to the gym maybe with me today and just wear them in a little bit. But yeah, they're just so easy to walk in. Like I've had lip heels before and they were also really difficult to walk in. Majesties weren't too bad, but they're just not as comfortable as these. So if anyone is looking for a really comfortable, easy to walk in pair of heels, Cocktail 508s, definitely a good bet. I haven't worn the Olympians, but by the Shoe Fairy, but they're also, and I did consider it, but like they're just, you know, I know that I walk in well in the cocktails. I practice in the cocktails the whole of my off season, and I just didn't want to risk spending all that money as well on the Olympians for me not to wear them. So yeah, just safe bet. Next to Peppa Pig, which is Mark's, not mine. We also do have our bag of tan as well, so our bag of Pro Tan. I will definitely be doing our base tan for shows. So we have a lot of the base coat. We have Muscle Juice for Mark. I also have, where is it? Yeah, so yeah, I have Super Dark as well. I don't think I'm gonna have to do like coats before the day before, if that makes sense. So this will be the first time I've actually done my own tan in any sense. So yeah, wish me luck on that. So I'm actually going to close out this video here so I can get it edited and up for the weekend. But I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that, you know, it's been a little while. So I hope you enjoyed the vlog. Yeah, coming up to 3 weeks out now. I'm going to close this off. Please, if you did enjoy it, like, share, subscribe, comment if there's anything else you would like to see. And I will see you next week.